This past winter, I decided to take a discipleship course, creating disciples, called Kingdom Builders. It was an 8-week class, and I was introduced with new aspects on my prayer life, on how to bring myself closer to God, but also closer to other people. One of the biggest changes was praying by myself alone with dedicated prayer time, and I started that with praying in my closet, which I close the door, I'm by myself, no one around except for me and God. And the first couple times, it took a while to get used to. 5 minutes would go by and it felt like an eternity. But every now and then I get up to 20, 25 minutes and I'm not done praying yet. But one of the coolest things that I got introduced to was by the leader sharing a thing that her and her husband do. When they go out to dinner, they would go and ask the server, the waiter or waitress, if they need prayer for anything. And it just hit me like a lightning bolt. I'm like, you know what? Me and my family, we pray over our dinner. And I can ask the server if they would like prayer for anything. That is so simple. And that's me sharing God's love in a practical way. So the very first time I did it, it wasn't at a sit-down restaurant, it was at Chick-fil-A. Order my meal, server comes over, brings my meal, and I'm like, hey, is there anything I can pray for you for? And this young guy was like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, all right, well, what's your name? And he gives me my name, gives him the name, and I start praying, and then right as I'm starting to pray, another server comes up and says, oh, I'm sorry, were you guys praying? I'm like, yeah. Do you need prayer for anything? And she's like, actually, yeah, a lot of stress going on in my life right now. And I'm like, all right, what's your name? She gives me her name, and I just quietly, I was like, can I just pray for you right now? And she says, sure. And she stands there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I prayed over her and our food, and that happened. I'm like, this was great. This is really easy. Now, there are times when people, they are not ready for that question. Some people, they're like, no, I'm good. And they beeline it out there. And I'm like, hopefully I see them later and they come back with refills of my drink. But you know what? I enjoy that, because that's a great opportunity to know that, you know what? I need to pray God into their lives. Last week, had this chance to pray over a girl. She didn't let me pray over her, but she did say yes to what I could pray for. And her name is Alexis, and she is 3 months pregnant, and her son's name is going to be Elijah. So this gave me an opportunity to pray for her and her soon-to-be son. And now she's actually on my dedicated prayer list, that I get to pray for her by name and her son Elijah. When I go back to that restaurant, I'm going to ask to be seated at her table so we can continue to have that conversation. She was extremely thankful for our prayers and that time together. God can do amazing things, but you know what? It takes a little bit of guts, a little bit of courage. Lately, I've been getting more courage, stepping out of that comfort zone where it's easy to not say anything. But you know what? If they ask for prayer and they say yes, awesome. If they don't ask for prayer and they're like, no, I'm good, that's okay too. You still get to pray over them no matter what. So either way, you're golden.